What's up, movie maniacs? Back with the Monday Madness edition. I've got 3 movies to talk about and a whole stack of new ones. I call it the Monday Madness because I feel like I always get more movies in the mail on Monday. I don't know if they just back up over the weekend or what, but I always get a ton on Monday, so we got a lot to talk about. But before we get into this, on a quick personal note, I hope I don't get fired from my job because I backed over a mailbox on Saturday. Yeah, I was just getting pissed off. I had to keep going down these long driveways and backing out. And on like the 80th one, I was like, F this. I was just flooring it. And I cut it a little too early before I got to the road and just smashed this guy's mailbox. Luckily, he didn't care because it wasn't like a real mailbox. It was just one of those little plastic tubes where people can deliver the like little individual newspapers. And the guy was like, yeah, we've never used that once. He's like, it was here when we moved here. We've never used it once. He's like, is your van okay? I'm like, F the van. I'm like, dude, as long as you're not mad, I'm good to go. He didn't care, but I might get in trouble at work. But anyways, let's get into the movies. First one, Ninja 2, Shadow of a Tear, starring Scott Adkins. And I've got newfound respect for Scott Adkins. That dude can fight. I mean, I don't know if he's just good at making movies or if he really can fight, but dude, he's got the moves. Yeah, for a mixed martial arts action film, dude, this is badass. I mean, it's got some awesome action scenes. And I love the way that they edited the action scenes because they're just, one long take. They don't cut it all up and edit it and try and make it look like more than it is. No, they just let it go. They just show the whole fight. It's awesome. Dude, yeah, the fight scenes in this are legit. There's one scene in this where he takes out like a whole dojo full of guys and it's just one long take. It's just totally badass. I mean, yeah, there's nothing really special about this. It's just a stereotypical revenge flick with a double cross at the end. But I mean, then again, it's a ninja movie. Okay, you're never going to see a ninja movie up for any Academy Awards. So you just have to enjoy it for what it is. And for an awesome action movie, dude, this is good. I put this right up with the first one, if not even better. I mean, the first one is good, but this is pretty good too. I love his ninja outfit at the end. When he gets all dressed up like the ninja. Dude, it's a good ninja outfit. Yeah, badass. Like I said, the action scenes in this are top notch. Scott Adkins has got the moves. Moving on. A Million Ways to Die in the West, unrated. I love this movie. I liked it when it first came out and I saw it, and I liked it again watching it for the second time. It's hilarious. This movie is funny as heck. I think this is one of the most underrated comedies ever. Like, you don't ever hear anybody talking about this. The jokes are smart jokes. I don't know. They're witty. This is good. It's got good acting in it. Like, I've never really seen Seth MacFarlane in a movie before, but I thought he knocked it out of the park with this. Sarah Silverman and Giovanni Ribisi together as the couple, dude, they're so funny because she's like a prostitute that works at the whorehouse, and he's like this just uptight guy, and they're dating each other, but they've never had sex before. but she comes down and like, they go on a date or something, and she tells him about all the just perverted stuff that she had to do. Dude, it's funny, man. The dialogue in this is hilarious. But the true star of this movie is Charlize Theron. Dude, she looks beautiful. She's funny, and I love her laugh. Her laugh in this is just infectious. I love it so much. I could sit there and watch her laugh for an hour and a half straight and not get tired of it. But this is so good. I mean, it's a little raunchy, especially with Sarah Silverman and Giovanni Ribisi's characters. It's a little raunchy, but it's so good though. Highly recommend it. And it's funny too because during one of the like square dance scenes, Giovanni Ribisi's up there doing his little hip shaking dance that he does in Ted. So they had to like sneak that in there. Super funny though. Yeah, I love this movie. 2 thumbs way up. And then last on the list here, we've got Dog with Channing Tatum. And this is about what I expected. However, it was so much better. I really enjoyed this movie. This was great. And I was afraid it was going to be a tearjerker, and it kind of was. It was a little bit of a tearjerker. Basically what happens is, you've got the dog here, Lulu, who was a military dog, served over in the Middle East. And at some point, the dog got a head injury, and it just wasn't the same dog anymore. It was real unpredictable. The dog would be nice one minute and then, bite your face off in the next minute. And basically the dog's owner, the Marine, the handler of the dog, ends up dying in a car wreck. And Channing Tatum's character also has a brain injury. They call it a TMI, a traumatic brain injury. And the whole beginning of the movie, he's just trying to get back into the service. He's trying to get deployed overseas because he's just like working this little crumb bum job at like a Subway making sandwiches. He hates his life. He just wants to, be in the Marines again and go back overseas. And he's calling all his higher ups, trying to get them to vouch for him. But they're like, dude, you have a brain injury. Like, we can't sign off on you. You have a brain injury. So finally, he's one of these guys that doesn't take no for an answer. And he just keeps bugging the guys. And finally, his superior is like, I'm going to give you this assignment. You need to take this dog down the East Coast for 1,500 miles to the Marine's funeral. And then after the funeral, take it down to Whiteman Air Force Base where they're going to euthanize it, put it down. So he's like, fine, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. But as he learns on the trip, he's not fit to go back into service. Like, he goes to a gun range on the way down, shoots the guns, and his ears are ringing real bad. At another point, he has like a seizure. But him and the dog, obviously bond along the way. He starts to like the dog. It's really good. I mean, it's really good. But it's so funny, too, because they start out like in Portland. And he's trying to go to the bar to get laid. And he's just in with all these just woke leftards. And they're just ridiculous acting. Like the one's like, yeah, we don't have any GMO beer. It's all natural. And another one, he tries to pay for this woman's drink. But she gets all offended because, she doesn't want a man to pay for her drink. And then just ends up walking out on him. He's talking to another girl. And she's like, yeah, I'm just trying to find someone that doesn't have a white superiority complex. And just all this leftist weird shit. But it's funny, though. And it's got a few guest appearances by some other lefties. It's got Bill Burr. I mean, we all know about Bill Burr and his wife. Oh, my God. But yeah, he goes uncredited in the movie. He's not in the credits. It's also got another guest appearance by Kevin Nash, who is like the grower of this pot farm. So this was really good, though. The only thing that kind of confused me is look at Channing Tatum on the cover of this. Like, his face is all scratched up, his shirt's ripped. So the whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking that the dog's going to attack him. Like, when's the dog going to attack him? I don't want to give the movie away. I'm not going to say if the dog does or doesn't attack him. But I just think that this cover is a little misleading, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, though, let's get into the new Blu-ray editions. And I've got quite a few here. Let's just run right through them. First one, right off the bat, Air Force One, Harrison Ford. I had this on DVD, so this is an upgrade. It's a good, solid movie. I think Gary Oldman plays an excellent villain in this. I mean, he is so diverse. He is such a great actor, Gary Oldman. Harrison Ford ain't bad either. But this is good. Yeah, this is a good action movie. Like I said, I saw it for just a couple bucks, so I went ahead and I grabbed it. Yeah, I spent $2.95 for that. Next on the list here, The Campaign with Zach Galifianakis and Will Ferrell. You're like, didn't you just buy that? I did buy it, but this is the extended cut. It's different. It's extended. So I went ahead and I got this. This was pretty cheap too. Let me see how much I paid for this. Another $2.95. And that's the total. When I say $2.95, that's with the insurance and tax. So $2.95 for that one. I'm starting to pick over Vinted. There's not a lot left that I want to buy. So I'm starting to, get doubles and stuff now. But yeah, I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. So for another $3, I figured it was worth it to have the extended cut. Okay, moving on. We got a double pack. Universal Soldier and Lockup. I love the movie Universal Soldier. I never had this purchased on DVD. I had a burned copy of it, but I had never owned this on DVD. And I never had Lockup either. And Universal Soldier was really high up on my list. I mean, like top 5. Like, this is one of the first ones I was looking to get. But they never have it on Vinted. Like, it's pretty rare to see this one pop up on Vinted. They did have a copy before, but the dude said it had scratches on the disc. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that. So when I saw this come through, I went ahead and I grabbed it. I think this was like $6. So it was a little more than I wanted to pay. But like I said, I was finally able to get a brand new unopened copy of Universal Soldier. So I went ahead and I pulled the trigger. And then the very next day, this came up for $5. So I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like the very next day? So I went ahead and I bought this too because I did want to have the standalone copy of it. Like I said, I'm starting to pick that website over. There's not a lot of stuff that I need on there anymore. So I'm starting to get doubles. But I love this movie enough to where I don't mind having 2 copies of it because I really did want the standalone copy. So yeah, Universal Soldier, got that twice. Both of them are unopened though, brand new, so that's cool. All right, we've got another new one here. 13 Assassins, still in the packaging. This is a good movie. I watched this maybe like a year ago. I had it burned on DVD, and I loved it. I was blown away by how excellent this was. Great characters, awesome fight scenes, good story. Yeah, this is excellent. I'm telling you what though, the villain in this movie, dude, he's one of the best villains as far as like you hate him. Man, oh my God, this guy will drive you crazy. He is such a ruthless, cruel asshole. So basically the 13 assassins come together to try and take him out. And it's really good. It's really good. The only thing that, I don't want to give this away, but there's one character that you see him die. You see him die, and then at the end of the movie, he's just walking around at the end of the battle like he's still alive, like nothing happened. I had to rewind the movie. I'm like, that guy died. Like, what the hell is going on here? That guy died. So then I had to Google it. Like, why is he still alive when he died? Because he's the forest entity. And the forest entity never dies. It's like, what the hell? You made no reference to that at all through the entire movie. How are we supposed to know that he's the forest entity and he's immortal? Like, it makes no sense. I mean, I guess maybe if you're like Japanese and you know that, maybe it makes a little more sense, but it was super confusing. Super duper confusing. But man, I'm telling you, this is good. If you like these kind of movies, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking this out. All right, moving on. Another Channing Tatum movie, The Eagle. This is the unrated version. It's got both versions, the unrated and the theatrical. But back when I started converting everything over to Blu-ray from DVD, this is one of the first ones that I was looking to get. I think this is an awesome movie. I totally love this movie. But back when I was looking at buying it new, it was like $10. I had $10 written down. I went back to Amazon to look again, and now this thing's up to $30. So when I saw it come through for like, how much did I pay for this one? I paid $5.19 in total for this, but it's perfect condition. So I thought for, that's a little more than I usually like to pay for a used movie. But seeing as this was like $30, and seeing as this does not come through all the time on Vinted, I went ahead and I picked it up for $4 plus tax and everything. It was $5.19. But this is an awesome movie. I'm so glad to have this in the collection and have such a good copy of it. Sweet. Yeah, like I said, this was high up on my wish list. So I got to cross that one off. All right, and then these last 3 movies are all set finishers. These are all ones I had to get to finish off my sets. First one, Terminator Dark Fate. Like I said, I got this just to finish off my Terminator collection. I've got them all now. But yeah, this is the one with the gender fluid Terminator that you can't even tell if that's a man or a woman. But it does have Linda Hamilton and the man Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a, I'll give it a blank slate to see what it has to offer. Hopefully it's good. But yeah, had to get that. And I'm a little upset with this copy. It's not the best copy. It does have the DVD and the Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray has a few little minor scratches on it. And then the cover is a little wrinkled. So not the best copy. But then again, this is probably not the best movie either. So, not a big deal. Next one, Red Dawn. This is the reboot. So I've now completed my Red Dawn set. I've got the old Red Dawn and now the new one. And this is a really good copy too. This is, again, has the Blu-ray and DVD. Perfect discs, not a scratch on them. The case was good to go. And this isn't the best movie. It's not nearly as good as the original Red Dawn. Not even close. But this does have a few scenes where you're like, yeah, Wolverines. So, awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to have that. And like I said, now my Red Dawn 2 movie set is complete. And then this last one here, I was not excited about. I had to hold my nose when I hit the purchase button. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. I'm really not even excited to watch this. Like I said, I just got it to now finish out my Star Wars collection. I've got episodes 1 through 9, and then Solo and Rogue One. So I think I've got all the Star Wars movies, except for the new one, The Mandalorian and Grogu or whatever. Again, I'm going to have to hold my nose on that one too, and buy it eventually, just so I can complete the set. But yeah, this is a really good copy though. Really good copy. We got the slip cover. It's the 2-disc set. Yeah, this is cool for what it is. It's just like I said, I don't think anybody thought that this was a good movie. This is objectively bad. However, I haven't seen it yet, so like I said, I'll give it a chance when I get around to watching it. I haven't even got around to watching Solo yet, the Solo movie. But yeah, like I said, I had to hold my nose to get this. This wasn't really one that I was excited about, but I am excited to now finish out my Star Wars collection. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And until the next one, y'all, peace.